And the golden rule, by the way, is in all religions in one way or another. Even atheists say it's a wise way to live your life, because the golden rule simply states that you should treat others. And animals do qualify as others, no matter how you look at this issue. You should treat others like you would want to be treated. You should do unto others as you would have done unto yourself. And since no one wants to be treated the way we treat cows and pigs and chickens and turkeys and fish and most other animals, again, there's no reason to allow speciesism to continue unabated. Now, I have to drive this point home a little further about discrimination, because so many people have a hard time comprehending the fact that humans are acting in a vile, discriminatory way towards the animals that they share this planet with. But as the speech goes on, I sure hope you start to figure out that the same exact asinine and idiotic and vicious and vile excuses and rationalizations that people always use to oppress, enslave, and kill the animals, they are the exact same asinine and moronic excuses that we have used to oppress, enslave, and kill each other. Whether it was whites over blacks, Latinos and Asians, men over women, straight people over gay people, all the religious hatred, the religious wars that have been going on for thousands of years. You know, a sad comment that I hear a lot when I travel this country, and I do a lot of lecturing nowadays, around 250 talks a year in 20 states to around 10,000 students. I hear a lot of people make a comment like this to me. Hey, Gary, well, man, your speech was pretty tight, man. You surprised me. You make a lot of sense, and you do make some pretty great points, except you're talking about animals. They're just fish. They don't look like us. They don't act like us. They don't think like us. So they don't deserve any moral consideration whatsoever. They don't deserve their right to be free and their right to bodily integrity. Well, the problem with that line of thinking, when you go back a couple hundred years ago in slavery America, and activists like William Lloyd Garrison and Frederick Douglass were trying to abolish slavery, what do you think the majority of white people were saying about blacks? Oh, come on, they're just blacks. They don't look like us. They don't act like us. So they don't deserve any moral consideration whatsoever. They don't deserve their right to be free and their right to bodily integrity. Go back 87 years ago, before the 19th Amendment was enacted giving women the right to vote. When women were trying to obtain their equal say in society, what do you think the men were constantly saying? Oh, come on, they're just women. They don't look like us. They don't act like us. Not as smart as we are. Not as strong as we are. I always love that form of logic from men. Not as strong as we are. So they don't deserve their equal say in society? The moment we start playing this asinine fill-in-the-blank game. Fill-in-the-blank game goes like this. They're just blacks, they're just women, they're just homosexuals, oh, they're just immigrants, they're just Mexicans, they're just Iraqis, they're just animals, they're just cows, and they're just fish. It is an asinine, stupid, and invalid excuse to harm somebody else. Commit acts of cruelty and injustice against someone else. Peaceful, compassionate ways of being unjust do not exist. And that's because violence is violence. Cruelty is cruelty, discrimination is discrimination, and premeditated murder is premeditated murder, even if the victims only walk on all fours.